Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your set. I am Hitman Cos. Welcome to your official predictions for Backlash. And of course, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome as always the humble man, Gary. Welcome to the contracts.
Yo. What's good, my man, Constantine?
And shit, man. Ready to get down with this?
Yeah, let's do this shit like Brutus.
Alright. Now, before we get into this, we do have to start on a rather sour note, where WWE has done their yearly releases, and I'll be honest, a majority of people on this list has got me pissed off.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna just go down the line of who I saw in order. Like this is in no particular order. This is just at random. And the first name makes me pretty mad. Dakota Kai.
Oh my god.
Now, with this, I will play a bit of devil's advocate, where I hate to admit it, that in recent times, Dakota Kai has been a little injury prone, and I say a little. But other than that, she's been doing great in her past few matches, and in my opinion, she should have won the women's IC title over Lyra Valkyria. She deserved it way more than Lyra did.
Exactly.
Now for this to happen, man, it's fucking bullshit.
Not exactly.
Well, moving on, and out of everybody on this list, this next name has me the most pissed off. Shayna Baszler.
Not fact.
Words can't describe how pissed I was to see her be released. I hadn't gotten this pissed off over somebody getting released since Baron Corbin.
Right.
And it's especially a lot worse in Shayna's case, because you got an immensely talented wrestler in Shayna Baszler who was kicking ass and taking names in NXT. NXT belonged to her. She has, I think, the second, third longest reign as NXT Women's Champion. She damn near bullied every last motherfucker that came her way. And why? Just because she felt like it. And no one dared to stop her.
Exactly.
Then, upon coming to the main roster, she started off hot, where, in my opinion, the most satisfying chamber ever. A lot of people call it the worst. I don't give a fuck. It's my opinion. The most satisfying chamber ever, where she eliminated everybody. Everybody.
Word.
Outshining other people who had dominating performances. She eliminated everybody.
That's a fact.
And then even before then, in the 2020 Rumble, first of all, she should have won that Rumble. Fuck Charlotte. Shayna should have won that Rumble. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Upon coming to the main roster, Shayna Baszler was red fucking hot. And she more than deserved to win that Rumble. She eliminated mad people, was whooping ass and taking names as usual, and she should have been the winner. Fuck Charlotte. She didn't need to win that, and she damn sure didn't need to win this year's Rumble either. And then I will say that they did make up for her not winning the Rumble by having her win the Chamber, but Vince just had to fuck everything up by having her lose the title match at WrestleMania. And it especially pisses me off that Becky, who was the champion, wanted to drop the title to Shayna. But no, Vince wanted to pull the rug from under Shayna at the last minute. Fuck them.
Exactly.
And I will say there was a little bit of consolation because she's a 2-time women's tag team champion. But as far as singles gold does, she didn't have any.
Exactly.
When she should have.
Exactly.
And part of me was thinking that, hey, maybe she might get a third women's title reign with Zoe Stark, but now, that's now up in smoke.
Exactly. That's bullshit.
God. I just hope wherever she goes next, her and Dakota are used properly.
Exactly.
Now, these next two names, I'll admit, I'm not really that. Well, here's the thing: I'm half I'm half disappointed and half don't care. And that's Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Now, as far as Carter goes, I'm disappointed because I liked her. She was cool, but Katana, I never liked Katana Chance at all. I never liked her.
Oh man, why?
Cause man, she just never clicked for me.
No, that's not perfectly. I'm mainly pissed too that they got to go to one of my main favorite women tag teams.
I mean, her in-ring work was to decent at best, but I could never get into her. And as far as the whole party lifestyle, it looked more natural with Kaden than with her. With her, it looked more like she was forcing it.
I see what you mean perfectly.
And yeah, I never liked Katana Chance at all. And needless to say, I never liked them as a team either. I absolutely hated these two as a team.
Oh man!
And when they won the NXT Women's Tag titles, I was pissed. And when they won the Women's Tag titles, I was pissed. And I'm even especially pissed knowing that they still hold the record for the longest reign as women's tag titles as NXT Women's Tag Champs.
Oh man!
So for Kaden Carter, I'm gonna miss you. And for Katana Chance, thanks for coming.
All right, yeah, man.
Now these next two, I'm bunching them together because they were in the same stable. That's Jakar Jackson and Oro Mensah. This one also has me pissed because literally a week after Noam Dar comes back, and first off, shout out to Noam Dar. Glad to see you finally back. But I really wish you didn't cut your hair, man. I was digging the braids, dog. Yeah, I really wish you didn't cut your hair.
Gotcha.
I was really feeling them braids. He personally should have got cornrows, but hey, it is what it is.
Right.
But main thing, literally the week after Noam Dar comes back, Metaphor splits. What the fuck?
Exactly.
I was hoping to see more shenanigans from them, whether them as heel or face. And again, I'm happy no one's back. I'm happy he won the Heritage Cup again for what like the third time. So he's already back to his winning ways. But literally the following week, y'all gonna break up the stable? What the fuck?
Exactly.
And I will say this. There is a bright side, and that's the fact that they broke up amicably, rather than somebody turning on someone else. I will give them that.
Right.
I always appreciate a team that'll split up on good terms, but this was such bullshit. I understand that each one of them was going their different ways as far as career success goes, but they could have still done their own singles thing while still being united, man. Come on.
Exactly.
And considering that this happened, it's obvious that they only split up the stable because these releases were going to happen.
Yeah, it's right.
And
huge possibility.
And then getting the boot, I don't understand. This don't make sense because, number one, I'll admit I don't watch Evolve, so I didn't see Oro Mensah, so I thought they just kept him off TV for a long time. But knowing that he was doing his thing on Evolve, you know, I was hoping it makes me wish that he probably got the Evolve World title or something, you know?
Exactly, for real.
And then Jakara and Lash. I mean, Lash, she's breaking out into a single star. And with as talented as Jakara is, she could have done the same exact thing.
Right.
And sure, you know, and they were ringside for each other's singles matches. Everyone could have done that for all their singles matches, while all of them climbed the ranks of single stardom.
Exactly.
And not only that, the whole aesthetic of the team period that I loved, especially when they had the Meta Lounge. That was one of the best things they did. when they had the Meta Lounge, freaking and not only that, they'd all have matching outfits, or like they'd wear certain things to fit how they were feeling or whatever. Like, it's just so frustrating.
Right, it is.
Like me, like one of my favorite ones was when they were all wearing safari gear. Like that was one of the best ones.
Right.
Or better yet, when freaking it was Halloween, and they were dressed as Scooby-Doo and the gang. Like, yeah, just absolutely wonderful. But, you know, Jakara, Oro, I enjoy every last second I seen y'all on TV. I enjoyed y'all as single stars. I enjoyed y'all as Metaphor. Main Man Mensah, I hope you turn from Main Man Mensah to Main Event Mensah in wherever you decide to go to.
Oh yeah, for real.
And Jakara, keep polishing your skills, and I guarantee you're gonna be shining somewhere else. Moving on.
Right.
Actually, moving on. I actually have to bunch these two together because out of all people, not only does this piss me off, this also doesn't make sense. And that's Gigi Dolan and Shotzi.
Oh yeah.
Now, the biggest thing that makes no sense with this is that they've been rolling. They've been winning matches for over the past few weeks, including I think last week.
Right. Yeah, great.
Like them and Tatum Paxley, like they were still being featured on TV regularly. They were winning matches. They were doing great. Hell, they even just had merch come out.
That's right.
Like what the fuck was the point of having the merch being made if you were just gonna give two of them the boot a week after? Come on now. Like y'all just wasting money at this point.
Exactly.
And the three of them, I did admit this, you know, but they were something like the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, that was insane.
Sort of. But it's mainly the hair, you know. Even though Tatum's hair isn't blonde, but y'all still get my point, you know. But above all else, like seriously, they were regularly featured on TV. I guarantee they were probably gonna get another shot at the women's tag titles. Only to get the like with previous names I mentioned, only for them to get the rug swept from under them.
Exactly, man. It pissed me off a whole lot with some of these names. Like, I'm so pissed.
Yeah. Now, next name I want to bring up, Cora Jade.
Oh, her especially. My God.
Like, what gives, man?
For real.
Like me, I thought she just went down with an injury after that match with Jordan Grace, but because like she wasn't featured on TV at all after that. So I'm thinking, what's going on? And then for her to get the boot like this, like, come on, man. She barely got to do anything.
Exactly.
Like she had her career derailed for like at least a year or two because she tore her ACL twice.
Right.
And now that I bring them up, there was a screenshot that I took of this fucking jackass Dave Meltzer. This stupid asshole. Oh my God, I'm so fucking pissed at this nigga. Like I already gave. I remember a long time ago I said I reiterated what Baron Corbin said about him, and I still feel this way. Now I'm gonna read what Corbin said because it still bears repeating, in my opinion. Before I get down to what I screenshotted about him, and to which Gigi Dolan and Cora Jade responded to, because this guy is an absolute fucking dumbass. Now, here's what Corbin said years ago. This is back when he was King Corbin. He said, people need to realize he is a cancer to the entire wrestling industry, not just WWE. He inspires hatred to anything and everything he doesn't like or agree with. For example, I may not like a band, and that's fine. But what separates us is I don't have to continually bash them online or work to get others to hate them as well. I don't have the time or the energy to be that negative of a person.
Right.
And a lot of y'all niggas may kid yourself, but he does do that, especially when it comes to his now biased ass star rating. It's pretty obvious that if you're either not a part of AEW, NJPW, and that's no offense to either company, or if you aren't glazing the Young Bucks or Kenny Omega, then you ain't getting 5 stars or more for your matches.
Right.
Now, to what this idiot said regarding the releases, and I'm gonna read you exactly what he said. Many of those cut were perceived as not working hard in training, and if you don't work hard in training, there's so many people who do. And at this point, if the feeling is you're not working hard in training, I saw the term lazy. The ones who are lazy are going to be gone. The ones who didn't stand out are going to be gone.
Oh, wow.
Mad at pure ignorance. And then Gigi Dolan responded saying, when I wasn't traveling to work for either of the two companies I was working for, I trained very hard 3 to 4 days a week, bumping my ass off, doing cardio drills with one of the best and toughest coaches I've worked with, and worked out every single day with live events every other weekend. So yeah, I don't want to hear this, LOL. The way my body feels says otherwise. To which I agree with. And then Cora Jade then co-signed what Gigi said, saying this. Plus, can't forget having to go to my own gym outside of work after strength and conditioning that wasn't doing anything for me other than getting me body shamed by my bosses, co-workers, and fans. Crazy. Now, unfortunately, part of me has to disagree with what Cora said. The biggest reason why I say that is two things. Number one, as many people know, Cora Jade got a tit job. So it's pretty hard for somebody not to comment on your body when you get plastic surgery. No offense, I'm just saying. And then on top of that, part of me finds it very difficult to see you get body shamed when there's women in WWE that are a lot bigger than you, but yet they're still in the company, and you're not.
Exactly.
And I got nothing against. I ain't got nothing against big people because I'm fat myself. But my point is there are a lot of people in the company, men and women, that are in worse shape than she was, but they're still in the company. So that part about her being body shamed, I find that a little hard to co-sign with. But it is what it is. Hopefully Cora, finds good work elsewhere. I will admit I did get a kick out of something she put up on Twitter where she put up her email telling people to hit her up. But unfortunately she didn't specify that she meant, bookings and inquiries. And because she didn't, the usual gooners were emailing her being a bunch of weirdos.
Oh God.
So you can only imagine how well that went over.
Exactly.
Anyways, moving on. We have Braun Strowman.
Sure.
And for this guy, I gotta say, again, what's the point of bringing him back? Now, I understand that he had, a serious neck injury and whatnot, but he came back from that. But then,
to him getting released. Sorry.
Yeah. No. You good.
Oh God.
So, you got anything? You got anything else you want to add? Go ahead.
Yeah, one of the best talents. He's doing better. Like you say, bring him back. Like, he was doing very great, and he was in some great rivalries that have recently elevated. Like, what the fuck?
Yep. And then on top of that, freaking now his feud with Bronson Reed is never going to get finished because now he's gone while Bronson Reed is still recovering from his broken ankle.
Exactly.
But hey, and it is what it is. Well, moving on, the next name. This one had me extremely shocked and very annoyed. Eddie Thorpe.
Right.
And just like the case with Gigi Dolan and Shotzi, he was featured regularly on TV as well. Hell, he was on TV last week or 2 weeks ago. He was supposed to be in the Battle Royal for the NXT title. Honestly, the only thing that I think got him released was that time there was a segment in the ring with Ricky Saints, Lexis King, Wesley, and himself. And Lexis King, while he was the reigning Heritage Cup champion, expressed his interest in getting Ricky Saints' North American title. To which then Eddie Thorpe spoke up saying, "Typical white man, always wanted to take more when he already has a lot." So something like that. But for me, the typical white man part is what stood out to me. And for all of you that are still too ignorant, Eddie Thorpe is not white. He's Native American.
Right.
But for me, what stood out about that was the look on Wes Lee's face. The look on Wes Lee's face was absolutely hilarious.
Exactly.
Like he went bug-eyed. His mouth was agape. It was hilarious. But honestly, I'd say that typical white man thing was what didn't go over well. But for me, even that I think is bullshit. Because Eddie Thorpe was finally stepping into the limelight, like permanently, and he was really he was finding his own. He finally found his own, and don't get me wrong, he was decent as a face, but in my opinion, he was too bland.
Right.
Like he had his own original character similar to what he had, repping his Native American heritage, but as a face, it just felt bland, boring, forced. Like he wasn't doing everything he could or wanted to do with the gimmick.
Right.
Actually, I can't even call it a gimmick because it's real life. He's repping his heritage.
Exactly.
But I'm very disappointed that he's gone. I enjoyed what he was doing, and I'll admit I was extremely shocked when he beat Trick Williams. But it's that kind of shock that was good for Eddie because it forced people to talk about him. It forced him to get further put into the limelight. Like him beating Trick Williams was what he needed to get his name out there.
Exactly.
So very disappointed, but I hope Eddie find some work somewhere.
Yeah, same here.
Next name, I'll admit, it's disappointing, but I'm not entirely affected considering he hasn't been on TV in months. Riley Osborne. Now, he like I said, he hasn't been on TV in months after Chase Hughes split. But speaking of which, I'm very pleased to see that Chase Hughes is back. Sure, the usual, the regular cast of who was there isn't there anymore, but you know what? Having new faces a part of the stable, I think will do it some good.
Right.
Because sure, Andre Chase is still there, but he's running it. It's Chase you, so he still has to be there. But him with new talent, it's going to be perfect because you got a veteran like him sharing his knowledge to younger talent. It's perfect.
Right.
But anyways, back to Riley. I'll admit I'm disappointed because like Duke Hudson, they both should have never got released because like what Thea Hale's doing now, they could be doing their own singles thing, finding their footing. I mean, Duke Hudson had something nice going back when he was a single star. So why not have him do it again? And then Riley Osborne, he could have been, maybe going towards the North American title or something. Could have, or better have him promoted to the main roster or something,
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'll miss you, Riley. Thanks for everything, bro. And now,
exactly.
And now the final name. The final name. This has me the most pissed off. Gallus.
Oh man.
Y'all, you gotta be fucking joking.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Motherfucking Gallus. Now, sure, they haven't been on TV in weeks because they were on Evolve, but doesn't matter where it was. The main roster, NXT, NXT UK, Evolve, everywhere was their kingdom. And you're talking about a team that arguably is one of, if not the best team in all of WWE. And all of them super talented. Joe Coffey, a hard-hitting badass, should have had some singles titles, but that's just me. Freaking his little brother Joe Coffey and Wolfgang tearing up the tag division. Should have had way more tag title reigns than what they had, but you know they can still go down in history as the longest reigning NXT UK tag champs. But still, should have had way more tag title reigns than what they had. Should have been on the main roster winning tag titles. Like what the fuck? Like what the fuck are we doing, man?
Not for real.
You're gonna have one of the greatest stables in NXT history, and give them the boot without them achieving more success than what they got. They deserve so much more than what they got, so much more, and y'all gonna give them the boot. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, that's extremely correct. Fuck that shit.
And I don't care if they're in WWE or not. 24/7, 365, all day, every day. It's GBOT. You understand me? Gallus Boys on top. Gallus Boys always on top. Gallus Boys always gonna be on top. It's Gallus all day, every day.
That's a fact.
But, you know, that concludes the releases. Now, now on to the card.
Yup.
To start things off, we have Pat McAfee versus Gunther. Now, I will admit this was really shocking. I honestly thought that Gunther was gonna invoke. Actually, no, there's no rematch clause, but I thought, you know, he was gonna try and get the, you know, get the world title back, but you know, I guess not. At least not for now.
Right.
But now he's acting a bit like a diva, freaking attacking the commentators just because they're doing their job. Like how you gonna get mad at them for doing their job?
Exactly.
And let's call a spade a spade. Gunther's gonna win, but Pat McAfee is gonna give it his all.
Yeah, exactly.
But I tell you what, part of me feels that Gunther losing could definitely help, you know, further flesh out Gunther's downward spiral, at least in my opinion.
Right.
But with him winning, it would have him once again. It'll show that he hasn't lost a step. He still has everything together internally, and then it'll then have him set his sights back on the world title, even though it's currently in the air. Even though, you know, Seth Rollins is feuding with Jey Uso about it, but you know, it is what it is.
Right.
But honestly, considering how talented Pat McAfee is, and in the past matches that I've seen him be in, I definitely think this match is going to be a good one.
Most definitely.
And for people that have not seen Pat wrestle, I think you're going to be in for a surprising treat.
Oh yeah.
Moving on, we have Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the women's IC title. Now, let me get this off my chest. Number one, I'm very pleased that they lost the women's tag titles. They should have never got them in the first place. Lyra did not need nor deserve to win those tag titles when she was already the reigning women's IC champ. Period. So thank you for correcting that mistake.
Oh wow.
Secondly, I will admit, this heel turn by Becky Lynch is very, very shocking. Because I thought, she was gonna be your typical face and whatnot. So this is very good, very breath of fresh air, if you will.
Right.
But with that being said, Becky, do the world a favor and beat Lyra, please. She should have never won the women's IC title in the first place. She did not deserve it. Dakota Kai should have won it. So please do the world a favor and win this match.
Oh man, my God, I don't want to when I was speaking.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. We go from the women's IC title to the men's IC title. Dominic Mysterio defending against Penta. Now, before we get down to the match, I once again gotta give Dominic his flowers. He's been putting in work for years, and his time has finally come as IC champ, and I'm very, very pleased to see it. But then, we have a double-edged sword, where Penta, even though he hasn't been here that long, he is definitely deserving of an IC title reign. But, I want Dominic to continue his reign. I want him to surpass Gunther as longest reigning IC champ.
Right.
Now, but at the same time, I won't be entirely mad if Penta wins. But you know what? Part of me thinks that, and this is a long shot, just because it feels like they've been building towards this. I think that Finn Balor is going to cost Dominic the title.
Yo, great minds think alike. Oh my God, I think the same shit.
Just because, Finn has been having resentment and build up towards Dominic, in which basically, he thinks Dominic's been feeling himself a little too much. So like there's that, and then on top of that, in order to win the IC title, Dominic pinned Finn.
Exactly.
And one would think that Finn would have been mellowed out a bit now that JD McDonough came back, but nah, he's still in a mood.
Right.
So the way I see it, either one, in my opinion, Dominic is either gonna win clean, two, he's gonna win but with a little bit of shenanigans, or two, Finn's gonna cost him the title. Because no offense to Penta, I fully believe that he can beat Dom clean, but in my opinion, given all the storylines and whatnot's going on right now, it would make the most sense for him to win the title, but for Finn to play a role into it.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's a fact.
Oh, and also, Penta has to have the best gangster strut ever. And,
yeah.
And look here, I know he's doing it as a tribute to La Parka. Shout out to La Parka, or LA Park, if you will. But still, don't nobody look as smooth as this dude does when he does that gangster strut. That's like he looks like a G doing that. I can't even front. I find myself during the day doing that gangster strut. Just because he looks so cold doing it, man. So cold. So dope. So smooth. You wish you could have a gangster strut like Penta. You wish you were smooth as Penta.
Oh, yeah.
Like, seriously. Too smooth, man. All that brother needs to do nowadays, either one, pop his collar, or brush brush that dirt off his shoulder. That's all he needs to do, along with that gangster shirt. That's all he needs to do right now.
Exactly.
Moving on, we have Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight versus Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for the United States title. Now, honestly, I think this might be the match of the night.
Yeah, I said the same shit just earlier when I was at my second job.
Just because, given how talented all four of these competitors are, I know this match is going to be the craziest of the night. All of them are going to go balls to the wall. It's going to be an absolute banger. I know it is.
Yeah, me too.
But in the end, I want Jacob to retain.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I want to win, but I think Jacob's retaining. That match is going to be off the wall.
Yeah. And for me, the biggest thing that's going to happen, in my opinion, is that Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre are gonna spend too much time focusing on themselves.
Exactly.
Just because they still have beef, they still have the storyline, and Drew's still gloating while Damian is still salty over WrestleMania.
Right.
So yeah, definitely see Jacob retaining. Now, honestly, I think that there's going to be too many people there for Solo to interfere. It's more of a too many chefs in the kitchen kind of thing. So I don't think Solo's going to be there. And then also, I do also have to add, in case you guys haven't been noticing or whatever, Tama Tonga has not been on TV. Reason why is because he got injured.
Get out.
What'd you say?
He's getting injured.
Yeah. It's only a minor injury though, so I'd say maybe give it a month or so, and he should be back. Or better yet, I bet you they're gonna delay his return until Tonga Loa is fully cleared, and then they're both gonna come back.
Right, most def.
And again, to the GOAT, Tonga Loa, we miss you, my brother. We look forward to your return, man. You, the infamous, the GOAT. We look forward to your return, brother. Oh, moving on to the main event. To the main event, we have John Cena defending the Undisputed title against Randy Orton. Man, ain't this something? How long has it been since they last faced off?
Right. That match, honestly speaking, it's gonna be the last time ever. John Cena, Randy Orton, I love them both. If I want to let my boy John Cena retain, so I want either one of them to win.
I mean, honestly, I do see Cena retaining, but at the same time, looking back at this, at their rivalry period, it's so crazy.
Right.
Because number one, how long the rivalry expanded.
Exactly.
That's number one. And number two, it's also funny to me because I remember at one point people were sick of this rivalry.
Exactly.
Like, I remember specifically there were several times during certain years people were so sick of this rivalry. They were so sick of it to the point where they were saying for WWE to either end this rivalry already, or be like, oh, not this crap again. But here we go.
Right. Here we go for real.
Yeah. And before I get out of here, there's something that I forgot to mention, and when we gave our review for WrestleMania, and that for those of y'all that didn't notice, if you guys paid attention to the color of Randy Orton's tights, he was wearing black and he was wearing blue and gold, and a lot of y'all probably didn't think much of it, but it stood out to me. The reason why is because that colorway were the same exact colors he wore when he debuted.
Right.
Back when he debuted on SmackDown, and he had those plain looking tights, they were blue and gold.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So that really stood out to me. So, like, it's those little things that you got to pay attention to. That wrestlers will do when it comes to their attires or whatever. You know?
Right, exactly.
Now, back to this pay-per-view, you know, overall, I honestly think this whole pay-per-view is going to be a banger.
I think so too. I hope so.
Given the talent and the stakes of each match, I think this is going to be a real good pay-per-view.
I think so too, honestly speaking.
Yep. So, with that being said, wait, what'd you say?
So I really do think it will be a banger.
Yeah. So, with that being said, that's going to do it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with your boys. I definitely want to thank the humble man, as usual, for coming through and kicking his wrestling knowledge.
Hell yeah, you already know my man Carl's Payton. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, if y'all enjoyed this video, go ahead, hit the like button, comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And as always, Struggle Vision Productions, it's the Hitman and the Humble Man. And if you see us coming, run.